enough damage to completely deny those expansions, and my friend already as well is moving up a few units just to get rid of that, and also here's a few Zerglings coming in just to dispose of those turrets to save those hatcheries and basically get them up and running, because I will be needing them pretty soon. I mean, the main's not looking too good anymore, there's very few minerals left. I actually threw down the evolution chamber extremely late in this game, I remember, and completely forgot about it, so I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to throw down 3 because of the fact that I'm going to need the 1-1 upgrades for my Lings. That's one, what's it called, I'm not sure, 1 melee attack, and then I'm getting also the missile attack upgrades for my infested Terrans, because they're actually really effective. Like, they do so much damage if you've got those upgrades on there. So yeah, that's the reason why I threw down 3 of those Evo chambers before people start wondering like, oh my god, you're such a noob. Yeah, so over here in the meantime as well, we're getting the Greater Spire on the way. 2 bases up here. Up, barely, but they did manage to get up. And yeah, just got overlords positioned all over the map, get that scouting, nice bit of creep spread here, just rallying up my units in the middle. There's quite a lot of corruptors there, but then again I did send in an overseer that was here earlier, and I did scout those double starports, saw a few of his banshees, so I knew I was going to need a few more than usual. Plus also, it's quite a big marine ball, although I think, you know, my banelings should be able to take care of that pretty easily. So here we go. I think they're going to be moving out, or are they? Yes, there's some big movements across the map, so by the looks of things we're going to be getting a push happening in just a minute. So I've got all my units positioned quite nicely here. I mean, I've still got all of the watchtowers, they didn't even bother contesting for them. My friend's on 3 bases quite comfortably. This one's mined out completely. Well, it's actually on 2 bases now. So as you can see, there's the whole Terran army, kind of almost like a little scary death ball. Moving out, one of them decides to go over to the left to try and deny those 2 hatcheries that I've put up there, and the other one's actually going to try and push into the main. So as you can see, I can see him coming up in just a second, and I'm like, oh my god, there's a huge ball coming, I better get all my banelings ready, and I run them in, and also spread out, no micro whatsoever. And look at this is just absolutely beautiful. I mean, for a Zerg player, this is like an absolute, yeah, it's an orgasm, man. In the meanwhile, he's taking out these hatcheries over here, but then again, you know, 600 minerals, well, maybe a little bit more, a few drones here, it's like those guys is there. But, you know, it's not too much. If you see my minerals at this stage of the game, I mean, I'm on like 6,000. I really should have been spending them better, although I think I did have a maxed out army, so there's not really anything that I could have spent them on, really. Maybe get a macro hatch, maybe get some spine crawlers up or something like that, but then spine crawlers, don't really like it against Terran. It's pretty much a waste of minerals in my opinion. It's good for like drops at the back of your base, sort of place a few behind your mineral line, or maybe even in front. Here we go, we've got some banshees coming in. Sorry, I'm going to get back to those spine crawlers in just a minute. So he decided to send in all his banshees. There's a lot of action going on. In the meantime, up here, the rest of the Terran army, I'm doing some nice fungals with my infestors, also mind controlling the spores, and my friend's helping me to clean that up. The banshees here, taking out this hatchery, and I think I'm going to be sending over all of these corruptors in just a minute. A bit preoccupied over here, and yeah, lost my hatchery over here as well, so I lost 3 hatcheries in a matter of no time basically, and did actually set me back quite far because I was unable to really mine any gas. I mean, I've got like, right, I've still got the gas mining here, and I've got the gas mining here, so I guess I'm not that bad, but I'm good on the mineral front. Got the overseer to detect that cloak and everything, got all of the corruptors coming over, getting down those banshees, so they are no longer a threat. In the meantime, there's another push coming up here, just quite a lot of marines really. Probably thought that I had like a base here because of the creep spread or something like that, but only an overlord pooping away. So here, made some more banelings, and with the support of my friend's army, I thought, yeah, it's no point, man, making any more. I'll just send in my links to kind of take a few shots off. And my friend actually almost storming his own units and then just basically cleaning up the rest of this army here. So it's not really a lot that well, the Terran can do, because, you know, if you look at the army difference, it's, I think, quite substantial. So it's pretty much one-sided. Here, just got some banelings that I built. I think I'm just macroing up a ton of units again in just a second once I get my bases back up and running. Because I did take quite a hit, like losing all 3 bases. Still got all of my Broodlords over here, quite a few in Corruptors. So they're going to be able to start raining down on their bases in just a minute. Because if you look, it's got like, okay, I guess there's still a pretty decent force here from the purple Terran, but then the teal Terran, teal Terran has got like barely any forces because just did like a double push, and basically once he lost them all to my banelings and my lings, and then the other time all of his banshees got taken out, and massing up a few more banshees, but hasn't really got a strong force. So yeah, before I forget, let's get back to these spine crawlers. What I was going to say, basically I don't really like using spine crawlers against Terran because I find tanks just take care of them too easy, and the marines kind of like just keep running up, stimming, and take them out quite easy as well, with a few marauders in the mix. But what I was going to say is basically what you can do is you can just plop a few spine crawlers behind each one of your bases, and it basically stops a few of these drops from coming in and everything. So over here, my friend actually quite stupidly, I think he's probably just had them rallied wrong or something like that. All of his sentries walking up the side and whilst blinking in here with all of his stalkers. Although there's all the cloaked banshees, so the stalkers did get taken out quite badly, but now I brought in the overseer. Should be able to take care of that. Although that did get taken out by all of these marines, although the Broodlord's still raining down on the army. I mean, the expansion here has been taken out, quite a few buildings been taken out, just starting to rain down on the rest. Over here there's no more mining going on, all these SCVs just kind of standing around doing nothing. The Banshees flying out, probably going to try and take out these 2 hatcheries over here again. In the meantime, big engagement in the middle here, the Terran coming out. I'm just like, I think I streamed in a few units quite stupidly, had to end up pulling back my Broodlords, just running in my Corruptors to absorb a little bit of the damage, but then again he was focus firing, so it didn't really do me any good. I couldn't really micro my Broodlords in that position because they're basically just too slow, and there's no way I could have flown them. I mean, maybe like over here in this chasm a little bit, but yeah, it's just not worth it. I thought I'd just leave him to die, build a few more, and then take care of it. Sorry, take care of the rest of it then. So banelings didn't really do a lot of damage. Still quite a few more Broodlords here on the way, which should be able to take care of that force. Also my friend reinforcing a few blink stalkers just to clean up the rest of this army here. In the meantime, these banshees, bloody annoying things with their cloak and everything, taking out both my hatcheries again, and also working on the nexus of my friend. Still over here, 3 siege tanks and the Thor, which are going to get cleaned up by all of my Broodlords though, so that's not really a problem. Got like 4 Corruptors over here, which I'm not really sure why they're sitting there. My friend's like got loads of idle units, but then again he wasn't playing for I think the best part of season 2 and the latest part of season 1, so he's only really getting back into the game now, so I'm not expecting too big things from him just yet. That's no problem though. And over here, man, we've got a few idle drones, which is actually quite embarrassing because I thought I was on a level above that where I had idle workers sitting around, although quite a lot of chaos and confusion and all the rest of it going on, with all my bases been taken out and defending and attacking, and stealth banshees over here still causing more damage, and it's just like, oh my god. I think at one point I noticed all of these void rays just kind of sitting around. I think there's some more here, and I just said, why don't you just take your void rays, I'll give you some overseers and you just take care of those banshees, whilst I'm going to try and just like do as much damage as I possibly can in the front here. But all of these Zerglings just got roasted away by all of these Hellions, but still I've got the Broodlords left over. I think he was trying to expand here or something, although my Corruptors and Broodlords basically caught that off. And yeah, they're just kind of sitting here now. What am I doing? Taking yet another base. These Banshees coming back over again, but my friend's chasing them off with some Void Rays, so that's all good. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do too much damage, hopefully. Here, just sending in my Broodlords to kind of clean out the rest of the space, nice and slowly pushing forward. I mean, they've got both complete income stop now. Made sure that they're not expanding anywhere else, not being able to take any more bases, just contain them a little bit more. I mean, that's what they get for turtling so hard at the beginning, although they did do some pretty big pushes and like splitting their forces quite nicely and stuff. Although it's usually a thing in 2-on-2 that I don't really recommend, but purely because of the way this game went and everything, I think it was quite feasible for them to actually split their forces. I think it did them quite well. I mean, they did do a lot of damage. So here, Stalker's cleaning up these Hellions. Still, there's these Banshees flying around the map and being annoying as hell, but now they've got no energy left to go cloaking modes. There's 2 Overseers there as well, so they won't be able to get away, and they're basically just, I don't know, complete miss micro. They're actually faster. You would have been able to get them away. But now they're just kind of flying into the Stalkers as well, and yeah, I think that's the end of that. Over here, more Marines. There's quite a lot of Marines actually. I think they take out all of my Broodlords, and I was just like, God damn it, man. I've like got only minerals, no more gas left. I really need to get some gas production going. And it's a pretty chaotic game, to be quite honest, but it's still quite fun to watch nonetheless. Yeah, so pulled back my corruptors and told my friend, you know, we've got to make something happen now. We've got to finish these guys off. They've got no minerals or anything. Their army's not really that big anymore, so really need to finish this off basically. So I was just like massing lings as much as I could, and just building up army. Still no gas here. Here we go. Just as I said it, there's the gas going down on both of these. I think it should be taken. Probably not really worth it at this stage to retake this. Only a few minerals left, although still a bit of gas. Yeah, I could probably take it and make it worth it. Although I would prefer to take this one or this one. Yet again, another Raven, as you can see. So they're really going for like this double Terran harass style, where they're just constantly on all corners with all kinds of different unit compositions, keep harassing us. But the Raven does go down. And what have we got here? A few Vikings flying over. I'm not sure what he's going to try and achieve with those, as he did see my Corruptors earlier, so although completely out of position, so I guess probably be able to pop a few Overlords or something. These Void Rays sitting here, it's 4 Void Rays, completely idle for, I don't know, the best part of the game. Not really good, but yeah, like I said, my friend hasn't been playing recently, so not that bad. Yeah, he's trying to supply block me with a few with a few Vikings. So as you can see, you know, they're really trying to utilize all areas of harassment, like Hellion harass, Viking harass, Banshee harass, drops. There was also the big pushes and like splitting their forces and a lot of Marines and yeah, all kinds of stuff going on. And here I've got a Burrowed Ling to make sure that they're not taking their gold, and that's it. They call their GG. That's the end of the game. So hope you enjoyed this game, guys. I'm gonna be going on to cast the other game that I've got from this series. Unfortunately, I've only got 2 games because we did like 3 placement matches quite some time ago, and yeah, I don't have to replays for that anymore. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next replay, I guess. So I'm out.